Hello world. Um Making this video because I don't really have many people to talk to about this, and I feel like this is bigger than me or my social circle. I feel like this is a problem that should be addressed. Um for those of you who've been keeping up with me, you know that I just moved back home from Tennessee. Um Back to Georgia, and I got accepted into a school down here. And well, anyways, I've been, checking my emails and keeping up with everything that's going on and trying to make sure that I have all of my ducks in a row before this summer semester starts. I missed the deadline for the spring semester, which is why I'm not in class now. I hate it. I do not like it at all. I can't wait to go back to school. That's another subject, though. I'm making this video because I'm very upset. I'm actually a whole lot calmer now than I was when I made this discovery. Now, in checking my emails and keeping up with my financial aid and everything, I have been, I've gotten my Pell Grant. It's been accepted. Well, here's my problem. In order to receive the full amount of Pell Grant money, you have to be a full-time student. In order to be considered a full-time student, you have to take 12 credit hours in that semester. I was only allotted, I can tell you exactly what it was, 2248 is what I was allotted as far as Pell Grant money goes. Now, the fees, I'm not considered a resident of Georgia because I haven't been here for a full 12 months. So as far as the school is concerned, I am an out-of-state student. So that means I have to pay out-of-state tuition. Although I am now a Georgia resident. The cost of the fees, the out of state tuition fees are for 12 credit hours is $7,457. Now, I've gone through school thus far without having to take out any loans, without having to pay anything out of pocket. That is my goal for my college career, because I know people to this day, even older people who are still making payments and they have money taken out of their checks because of loans, whether they be student loans or car loans. I would like to do my best not to take out any loans, period, in life. My credit is already messed up and I already don't make any money. So, therefore, I'm not trying to owe anybody else anything. I have tried very hard to maintain at least a 3.5 GPA. That's my goal that I've set for myself, because I don't like anything lower than that. I don't even like the 3.675 that I have right now. That's not sitting well with me. So I definitely have plans to boost that back up. So far, I've maintained all A's and B's in all of my classes. Anywho, was checking to see, how this was going to work, because I already have my schedule mapped out. I've already looked up my classes and I already have my schedule mapped out for the summer semester. I was only planning on taking 10 hours, but I said, well, since I'm taking 10 hours, I'll see if they have any filler classes for those 2 extra hours so I could go ahead and be considered full time. And then I hit this roadblock. Now, for an in-state student, an in-state tuition paying student, it costs $2,576 for 12 credit hours, which is a full-time student. Here's the issue. The issue is this. If they would consider me an in-state student, I would only have to come up with $300, $330. That's not bad at all. As a matter of fact, I have $330 in my savings account. I can do that. $5,209? Can't do that. This upsets me because I was born here in Georgia. I left Georgia to see and experience something different, because where the point that I was at in life, I wasn't going anywhere, wasn't doing anything. I was stuck in this cycle of self-destruction. And I feel as though I'm being penalized. You know what I'm talking about. I feel as though I'm being punished because I wanted to do better. As you can see, the few years that I have taken away from Georgia has benefited me greatly. I held down my own place for almost 3 years. Never once was my rent late, all the way up until the last month that I lived there. That was probably the first time. As a matter of fact, that was the first time that my rent was late. But that was because I was trying to get everything together to make the move back home. On top of car payments and insurance and all of that wonderful stuff. All of those things that responsible adults do. And this is where my frustration really, really comes in. You have these students who probably could care less. Matter of fact, no, I don't want to say probably could care less. They could care less about their education. They're there because they have a scholarship, or because their parents have money and can afford to send them to college. But they're not there because they want to be there and because they want to learn. You have athletes, and I'm not shitting on athletes by no means. I know that there are people out there, athletes specifically, I am talking about y'all. Because I've seen this. I've seen this with my own two eyes. I've witnessed athletes that are in college on a full ride scholarship who has no idea what's going on in class. Literally no idea what's going on in class. How do you every day you need help. Every day. Can't even write a proper sentence. And this is English class. We're not talking about trigonometry. We're not talking about no fucking pre-calculus. We're talking about English class. You can't write a sentence? You need help with your whole paper? But you're a college student. I'm not shitting on people who can't pick up on what's going on. But what I'm saying is, you're not learning anything. I've actually seen a guy pay somebody right before we walked into the classroom. Dude walked up on him and he gave him his paper. These are the things that frustrate me. No, I don't play basketball. No, I don't play football. I don't play soccer. I don't play tennis. I'm not a great swimmer. I'm not a track star. I'm not an athlete. As a matter of fact, I don't even like sports. But I love to learn. I love education. I love the atmosphere of being in college. Is it so wrong of me to need help paying for this? Because it's something that I want to do. It's something that I'm passionate about. I feel like it's not fair. Because they have a talent that I don't have, they get a free ride. Even though they don't even fucking care. How is that right? How is that right? Please, if somebody can explain it to me, I will probably shut up. I really would. But I don't feel like it's fair. And I know that that's the way of the world. That's how the world works. But you're telling me that I can't get the Hope Scholarship because I'm not considered a resident of the state, even though I was born here? My whole existence originated from this state. which means it doesn't matter where I went in the world. I was still born here. I was still created here. I was still originated here. I hope what I'm saying is making sense, and I don't know if my words are coming out right. I feel like there are going to be people that are going to misunderstand what I'm trying to say. Ask me about it. Message me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. However you want to get in contact with me. You do what you got to do if you don't understand what I'm saying. But I want you to take a second and think about this. Think about the place that you came from. Think about the city or the country or the nation that you were born in. Then think about the fact that you may have left that place to do better than what you were doing. And then you come back for whatever reason. That's another thing. I came back home to take care of my family. So it's not like I just came back just to fucking come back and mooch off of my parents. No, I came back because my parents needed me. I left my apartment. I left my job. I left my school. But family is important to me. And they're all I have. So yes, I'd be willing to give up everything that I have built for myself to come and take care of my family because they are the whole reason why I exist. But at the same time, I'm not going to sacrifice my education for anybody. I wouldn't sacrifice it for a job. I wouldn't sacrifice it for my mother. I wouldn't sacrifice it for my father. And if I had children, I wouldn't sacrifice my education for my children either. I love to learn. It's just something that's there. Should I be punished because I wanted to see something different and do better? Leave your home and come back and see how you're treated when you come home. And I'm not saying I served my country while I was gone or anything like that. But I imagine even a veteran would have a similar problem. But the difference between me and them is they've got the GI Bill and the kicker and way better finances than I do. I just want to go to school. I just want to learn. What's the crime in that? The requirements for the Hope Scholarship here are, see if I can remember these off the top of my head, because that's the one thing I didn't have pulled up. But you can't be a felon of any drug charges. I don't have any felonies, let alone drug charges. Have to be a Georgia resident. I am a Georgia resident. Have to maintain or have a 3.0 GPA. I have a 3.6. Let me see. Must be a U.S. citizen or something like that. The point I'm trying to make is I meet the requirements. Why am I not getting this assistance if I meet the requirements? And how am I supposed to go to class this summer if I can't afford it? Do I just give up on my dreams and my goals and my passion because I can't afford it? Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel about it.